All right, so Google finally admits, without admitting, by agreeing to a $68 million settlement for a lawsuit against them for allegedly listening to people through their personal devices. Now, I say allegedly and that they admit without admitting because technically, on paper, Google says we're not admitting to shit. We're not saying that we did anything. And this $68 million settlement, it's really just to save us the headache and the hassle. This is chump change. I mean, we're Google. Do you know who we are? Have you heard of us? That little company that owns so much shit. So we pay the $68 million, but we don't admit to anything. Now, this allegation that Google is listening to people through their devices, this isn't something brand new. This isn't something that, well, out of nowhere. This actually, in the lawsuit, it goes all the way back to 2016. But I would say it's probably around there when it started being kind of like a joke, brought up more and more with people that I swear my phone is listening to me. I'll talk about something and then before I know it, I'm getting an advertisement for it. And these controversies, they don't stop at just Google, right? This lawsuit, yes, it involves Google right now, but I think they're playing the game with other people. I don't think they're playing by themselves. I think they got other companies playing the same game, and why would they just be listening in? Well, it's exactly what I just told you, the advertisement. The ability to feed people ads that feel so targeted. Wow, it feels like they're listening, but surely they can't be listening, right? That that has to be make believe. That's some conspiracy theory nut job type of thing to say. I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. But then it happens more and more. And honestly, when it happens, I'll try to think of all of the rational ways in which this can happen. Now, look, okay, we all know that our searches, they're not private. You can do whatever with like a VPN or have some sort of private browser, but I don't know whether you accept the cookies or not. I don't think our searches are private, and that's okay, right? You're searching it on some level. You got to feel like that shit's going out in the ether. Like somebody has to be watching from above, right? Well, turns out they are. So if I search something, okay, I understand. Why am I getting an advertisement for it? It makes sense. I mean, why wouldn't they feed that to me? Why wouldn't they say, hey, that thing you were searching for, we have a similar product to what you were talking about or looking for or needed some solution for, whatever. But when I get an advertisement from a streaming platform where I'm not even logged in with that email, that's when I start to have issues. Like, okay, this is tied to that same Google account. So of course, you may have access to what I've searched online. Okay, if I'm watching Amazon Prime and I'm sitting here looking up stuff in the Amazon app and it's all connected, it makes sense that you would feed something to me. But if I'm just talking about it, if I go and look back and it's like, wait a minute, I never did search for that. I never actually went to Amazon. I never actually went to Google search to look for this. I was just having a conversation. What the fuck? Are they listening? No, it can't be real. And again, this is all allegedly, 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 right? Google says they don't admit to shit, but like I said, I don't think they're playing the game alone. I don't think this is a game of solitaire. They probably have some opponents. You know what I mean? Why why would like I said, why would you not do that if you're Amazon? Oh, that's what Google's doing. Okay. Well, we gotta be number one. We gotta make sure we have the most advertisement dollars coming in, we have to make sure that it's as targeted as possible. We can say that we compete with them. I know exactly what they're searching. I know exactly what they're searching. Who else can say that? Well, Meta. Meta can say that. Facebook, Instagram. That little company. I think they're playing together. And maybe this is just a company saying whatever. Like something came to light. I didn't go too far into it. I'm not gonna lie. I did read this at a headline level. So I guess correct me with any details if you want to. But I did see that they agreed to the settlement. I did look a little bit under the hood. But I'm not sure exactly how the exact proof that they have. Like, okay, see, we caught you with the smoking gun right here, red-handed, and Bob's your uncle, you're fucked. Give us that 68 mil, and that's the settlement. That's the let's not keep this, going any further. I appreciate you guys wanting to do what you're doing, but let's just go ahead and squash this right now. And they agreed to the settlement. Sometimes sometimes I look at things like this as just the beginning. Us just starting to, you know, rub our eyes and wake up and say, hold on, this is this is what everybody's doing. This is what they're constantly doing. And right now it can just be through what we're searching, but the more new tech that comes out, the more that we start to integrate with it, well, the more that they'll be able to expand this little game. And it becomes an even bigger game than we could have ever expected. I've been, like recently, I've been rewatching episodes of Black Mirror, and man, some of these dystopian predictions about the future, they're really scary. And there is one that I actually just watched where bruh's like still where they have to get the little marriage, the points. If you haven't seen it, it's probably won't make much sense, I guess. But you got to sit here and ride the little bike. You're basically feeding energy. Everybody, every single time that you're pumping, think of like literal guinea pigs on a wheel that are given energy, and you get these little merit points. Well, then you go to your cubicles, basically a box, a jail cell, and all the walls, they're videos and advertisements, and it knows when you're not looking at the advertisement. It'll just stop and say resume viewing. And if anything comes up like a situational, bro was talking to a girl and literally it was like some porn advertisement came up and said, hey, frequent user. It's like it fucked him up right there, and he's like, ah, shit. It's like I think that they might not be that far off, unfortunately. Another episode I was watching where they have like a social credit score, social currency, and instead of, I know they got that in like China or some shit right now, but in this episode, they mixed it in with social media. And I look at how people are already so addicted to scrolling on social media now, getting likes and making sure like they're seen through whatever platform that they choose or whatever. You have to make sure you don't just have the baby. You have to take a picture of the baby and put it on social media for everybody to like it and all that shit. You got to make sure that you're on socials. You're not on socials. What's wrong with you? You don't have that? You don't have anything? You don't post anything? What's wrong with you? And I think it's just going to get worse. And in this episode, and I brought this all up for a reason. In this episode, they're able to upvote and downvote each other, like on a rating scale between 1 to 5 stars. And what you can do depends on your rating. What restaurants you can go to, how nice of a hotel, what kind of rental car, What type of tickets? If something is limited, guess who's gonna get it? It's gonna be the high ranked individuals. And you can upvote somebody based on a social post that they put on. And they didn't say what platform. So whatever social media platform they're using, where it's all connected. You bump into somebody, downvote. You have a pleasant interaction with somebody, cool. You start to date them and all that, awesome. You guys have mutual friends. Well, in that episode, they broke up, and this one guy his points just started going crazy, crazy down because everybody's downvoting. And girl's like, what's going on? It's like, oh, well, him and so and so just broke up, and we're taking so and so's side. And then apparently to work there, you had to have like a 2.5 rating. And they literally just kept downvoting him until he got fired. Couldn't even go in the building. Sorry, sir. You got a 2.1. Can't go in the building. I think this game, I'm calling it a game as a metaphor, but it doesn't end well. It ends with more and more control because the data that we're giving now it's not just for nothing. Like, what do they do with it? Why would Google listen to us for what? Like, what are they getting out of it? They're hoping to get some sort of secret. What's going on? They're literally just selling us. Selling us is just pieces of meat in this system, this assembly line that continues to cycle over and over again. And we're all a part of it. It's not like it has to be sinister, but I feel like it has, like with everything. I mean, fuck, man. It's like everything, everything. I remember going down the rabbit hole with food. Jesus, what are they putting in our? They're putting what? Micro what? And everything is just designed to get you to come back. Everything is just designed. Everything has fucking ads now. Ads everywhere. How long? Until it's resume viewing. Resume viewing. How do they know? What do you mean? How do they know? Well, like I said, we participate in this. We we volunteer. We elect ourselves to do this. And I mean, shit, this is not me pointing fingers. I said we. That ain't the royal we. That's like we. Like me too, niggas. I mean, shit, I want the new shit. I mean, shit, I go and search things. Fuck it. What you gonna do? Not look things up? Go get a fucking encyclopedia? Shut up. Just gonna look it up real quick. And then that's what we say. Well, I ain't got nothing to hide. It's not about what you got to hide. It's not about what you got to hide. It's about everything. The shit that we don't even think about. The shit where we think it's just the mundane, everyday things that we say and that we look up and that we do, but it leads to more purchases. It leads to targeted advertisement. And in a way, that's not bad, right? I mean, if I need something, if I'm looking for something, well, damn, bam, there it is. That's what is it? The altruistic way to look at it, the bright side of things. The way to look at it, where it's like it's not too bad, right? We want something and we get it. There it is. We do trade our privacy for all this. So the more that tech advances, the more that we do start to integrate, and we fucking will. We already integrate. Like, we already, like, this shit's right next to me. I ain't got going. What? I'm not on the phone right now, but my phone's literally right next to me. That's why it's we. My nigga, it's we. It's not me pointing fingers. It's not me trying to, like, this is what's wrong with society these days. It's like, hold on, hold on. I'm noticing that I get this type of feeling when I feel like I don't have my fucking phone on me. And then when I get it, I'm like, ah. And then I kind of have a second thought about it, like, damn, it was that deep. What, you got a phone call to do? I mean, no, but Like, what did they do back before before you were born? Like, what before this happened, when cell phones weren't even a thing, and you either catch them on the home phone or that's it. Well, they're out. I guess they'll call back when they can. Apparently, answering machines changed everything. You could leave a fucking message. Holy shit! I could leave a message. Now they'll know that I called, and I could tell them why. And then they can call back when they get back home. Not only that, we can upgrade you even further. Caller fucking ID. You can know who is calling. A friend that you don't like to talk to? That telemarketer that calls always right when dinner's about to start? Oh, not anymore. Caller ID right there. It became more and more convenient. More and more like, why wouldn't I continue to integrate? And right now, I can put my phone down. I brought up these Black Mirror episodes because in the two that I mentioned specifically, everything was connected with what you do, what you see. It literally knows everything that you hear. It knows whether or not you are even watching their advertisements. And it might seem crazy, like resume viewing. I wish you would. But what if, again, you put enough time on it? What if that's just what a certain company does? And if you want to watch this content, that's what you have to do. And that's what they sold their advertisers. Well, they don't have a choice. They don't just walk away. You don't have to worry about a movie going on, a commercial comes on, and all right, this is the time to take a piss break. No. You can pause it. Feel free to pause it. Go take your piss. But you're watching this if you want to watch the movie. I think I think it's the boiling frog method. The little by little, we won't even notice. Take a little bit of privacy there. Listen in on you here. Watch what you're doing over there. And it's good, right? We're good. It's not much different. This is about what you know. And you got some people that are talking about it, but for the most part, even the ones that are talking about it, what did I say? Not getting an encyclopedia. I'm still gonna search this shit. I mean, that I know that this shit's listening. And it's one of those like I don't know, but I know type shit. Which sounds a little. It does. I get it. That does sound like a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but it's just like $68 million. Enough detail where in the lawsuit it goes back to 2016, 10 years of this shit. I mean, I don't think I don't think it's that crazy, and I can see how the almighty powers up above that be. I can see how they would just say, "We're doing them a favor." Like I said, here, everything you wanted, here you go. You were gonna buy it anyways. And if you didn't buy it, that's just the pain you would be having in your life. Where it's like, man, I wish I had this product. I wish I had this solution. I didn't even know this existed. Bam, here it is. You're welcome. It's win-win. Actually, it's a win-win-win. You're happy, my advertisers are happy, and we're happy. Ha 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 ha. Laugh all the way to the bank. And by no means am I one of those motherfuckers that's like, eat the rich, fuck the rich, tax the rich, take everything. Shut the fuck up. Only broke people say that shit. And actually, that's not true. You got rich people saying that shit. Tax the rich more. Okay, who's the rich? Well, I make like 20 million a year, so people that make 100 million a year and plus, like that's really like yeah, that's too much. Do you really need that? Anything above my means, it just doesn't make sense. I couldn't fathom trying to get that much money. So by no means am I saying that companies shouldn't company and get their money. the sad part is we probably all agree to it. We all know it too. Again, these are like jokes, like in culture now. It's like ain't nobody reading the terms and agreement. Nobody. And like with your iPhone and shit, that shit updates all the fucking time. You gotta re-accept that shit. I mean, we willingly, like I said, we volunteer. We are, we're volunteering for this shit. So what happens when augmented reality becomes a thing? And I'm excited for this shit. I'm not gonna lie. It's not one of those things where I'm just gonna be like, fuck it, that's crazy. There goes your privacy. It's just like, damn. But that shit would be cool, right? Imagine like a contact lens. There is no losing your phone. Everything is voice activated and you see it through your contact lenses. I don't know. They ain't made the shit yet. They only got different things that you see in shows and movies and things that excite people. But what's crazy is a lot of inventions, that's where they come from. They come from really smart motherfuckers that see some shit in pop culture, and whether it's a TV show or a movie or a comic book or whatever the fuck, and they're like, I'm gonna make that real. I'm gonna make it real. And the cool part is when they do. The scary part is when people come in and they exploit that. Because I think a lot of times the invention or product itself, there's nothing there's nothing sinister behind it. I feel like maybe that's just me being optimistic and naive or whatever, but I think for 99.99% of the time, I think if somebody puts years into something, into creating something, it's not one of those like this will take over the world and we'll have everybody brainwashed. No, it's like this is gonna change lives for the better. Fuck changing lives. This is gonna be cool. Like I just wanna be able to do it. I just wanna say that I do it. This is my lifelong project, whatever. However they do it, it will get done. It's already being worked on. It's going to be a part of life. Virtual reality, okay, cool. Virtual reality is only going to get more and more intense to where you actually feel like you're in these worlds, where you're actually, you're feeling the wind on your face and you're feeling the pain and you actually get tired and all of that shit. You actually can dive into this world. And obviously, you'd have to come out to use the restroom and to eat and shit like that. But that's kind of where you could say, okay, but what about augmented reality? What about if there's just gaming zones or whatever, and you connect your augmented reality and bam, you could just go into these worlds. It doesn't have to be a headset. It's already in your eyes. Well, now they could actually, if it was an entire, imagine again, like a Walmart, a fucking Walmart supercenter type size building, and it was just completely decked out with whatever the theme was. You could put bathrooms in that bitch. Just saying. Program the bathrooms in the fucking game or simulation the same place that it is in real life. The same thing with food. Like program the exact same replica. So I think there's gonna be some determined motherfuckers that find a way to eat shit, piss while being in this world, whatever world they just decide to be in, and that's okay. And the fun parts of all of this, that it sounds good. It sounds real good. But what about when they start listening in there? Now you have it on all the time. Augmented reality, let's take it further. What about when that's where all the signs, menus, everything is paperless. We don't have anything. Actually, it's all right here. Any entertainment, it's all augmented. If you want to see it, it's you have to use the AR context. And people are like, why would they force somebody? They wouldn't force somebody to do that. I'm sorry, what? Have you not gone out and done activities or some shit? because there's a lot of things where now, I mean, shit, they make you got to scan the QR code. As simple as that seems, scanning the QR code to get all the information. What if I don't want a smartphone? Fuck smartphones. This is what's wrong with people. Always got to scan shit, take pictures and selfies and whatnot. Well, you're shit out of luck. I guess you just can't participate. I'm sorry. Where you can like look over at somebody that does have this and then you just feel out of place because it's like, well, damn, I wanted to do this, but I can't even get the stuff that I want. What about the people that want to keep writing checks for their groceries eventually? Again, it's the boiling frog type method. You gotta slowly but surely pull the rug from under people. And that's what they do. That's what they do. And that's what will, I think that's my prediction for now. You know, subject to change. I could change that shit, obviously. Who could really predict the future right now? But I think I don't see that not happening. Some sort of, again, you have augmented reality everywhere. I was gonna say traffic signs and shit like that, but that's gonna be gone. Traffic signs. No, we're gonna have automated cars and shit. So with the thought experiment, assuming it's true, the thought experiment of augmented reality being fully integrated into society within the next, let's just say 25, 30 years. I know it sounds like a far ways away, but hopefully we'll all be alive then, right? You know what I mean? So it's at least worth considering. I think once it gets down to that point, they're going to be watching everything that we see. They're going to be listening to everything that we hear. And I thought I was done with the Black Mirror shit. There was one more fucking episode. This shit, it's just crazy. It's in season one. The same thing I'm talking about, basically, where they have some sort of, I don't think it's a contact. It's like put into their eyes. I don't fucking know. Either way, they can basically re-account everything that they've seen in their lives. So if you had an argument with your partner, okay, well, you could just go back. Oh, you said you didn't say this? Do do do. Yes, you did. I'm sorry. There it is. I just redoed that shit. So the reason why I brought that up is because he went to go in somewhere. And it was like such a quick scene that I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but it just kind of like hit me. Bro went to go into a building and they needed to see the past. It was something like where they're like, shit, where it was like, okay, show me the last 24 hours at, I don't know, it's like 4x speed. He said some certain speed. And Buddy's just like, shows it to him. And his eyes like glow or whatever. It's like, all right, and now show me the last week at a higher speed. And it just like quickly goes through the last week. It makes sense, right? Why wouldn't you do that? Let's say, again, thought experiment, AR fully integrated. You go to the airport. Like, you got things like 9/11 that happened. I mean, ever since then, you can't even bring in some fucking shampoo. We want to keep people safe. And we're gonna do whatever we gotta do. You know, we're gonna make you take your clothes off. We're gonna make you go through these metal detectors. We're gonna make you take your watch right there. It could have something in it. Take it off, sir. It's gonna set off our machines. What if what if you really can just reaccount everything that you've seen? We already do that, right? Like I said, half the shit people do, they take pictures of it, they take videos of it, and they put it online immediately. Where it's one right after the other. It's the domino that falls right after the event actually happening. Gotta take a picture, gotta take a video, gotta put it online. Get the likes, get the comments, say my thank yous, and rinse, repeat. That's something that is already integrated into society. It's something that already people don't even think about anymore. It used to be weird. I bet. Imagine like flip phones and shit like that. I don't I don't remember people going around and taking pictures like that shit. But I bet that if everybody was as glued to shit then as they are now, if it was just a really quick change instead of that slow trickle that I was talking about, I think then people would be like, whoa, what the fuck? I mean, people are already like this. Don't get me wrong, obviously. People are like, oh, social media, the effect on everybody's already like, this isn't brand new, obviously. But as far as being integrated, as far as people accepting it, maybe people wouldn't have accepted it as much if it was just something that was slapped into existence. You know, they had those big ass brick cell phones or whatever. Fuck all of that shit. Just straight to fucking iPhone. Social media, all of it. You don't just get the iPhone, you get everything. Creators are already on there somehow. It's like you got TikTok and YouTube. You got all of it. You got Spotify. You can get all the music you want. Everything. Everything that is now. Imagine if it just popped into existence. They would have gone fucking bananas. They would have lost their mind. They'd have been like, no. And maybe it would have happened. Maybe it would have been inevitable. But I think because we have already shown to be susceptible to this slow trickle and integration of different technology. Of course, right? We're adaptive creatures. Are we supposed to be that way? Makes sense. Cool. Cool. I get it. It's biology. That's not it's that's not the actual problem. The fact that we do that, the fact that that happens isn't the problem. It's the fact that it's exploited. So yes, I'm just pointing out something that's completely natural, completely human. But because we are susceptible to it, I think it's going to continue to get worse. So we already are at the point with social media where, like I said, you the event happens, you take the picture or video and you put it online. You put this timeline, you push it down even further where we have augmented reality, and yeah, you could take a picture by just I don't know, do you blink? Do you think it? Is it like Neuralink where you could just think of what you want shit to happen? I don't know. It just automatically posts and you could just see everything around. I don't know. Whatever it is. People are even now, they're even more obsessed. It's even more like everything is recorded. Literally everything is recorded. Oh, it's just like, stop recording me. Why are you recording me? It's going to be completely, all that's going to be gone. Everybody's going to know that at all times, they're basically being recorded. And it's already slowly, again, the trickle is slowly happening. With like the Meta glasses and Ray-Ban glasses, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? All the different smart AI glasses that are recording you. I'm not even saying I'm against that shit. Like, that shit seems cool. Like, as like, for creating videos, it seems like a really cool way to get a whole bunch of different POV shots. So I see why people would want to do that. I see why wouldn't you want to have these glasses that can translate shit? Why not? Why not, right? So it's going to continue to happen. We're going to continue to get more and more comfortable. I don't know if comfortable is a word. We're going to adapt to it more and more, to the idea of us being recorded at all times. I think that's why serial killers have gone down since damn like the 60s and shit like that. The camera. Oh, you can watch me now? Fuck. Shit. I don't think they just disappeared. I think they just know they're being watched. And what happens when everybody's being watched? All the time. Every social interaction. You know, you hear people say, "Well, I remember like you used to be able to just do shit and you didn't have to worry about it ending up online." I don't remember that shit. Like there could be a phone at any moment now, but that whole there could be. Imagine if that could aspect is gone. People are around, people are watching. People are watching, people are recording. People are recording, it automatically goes up to the cloud, and, you know, that shit's there forever. If everybody knows they're being watched, I don't know. I think it creates a weird change to who people are. I think that's why people use the phone as a weapon. And obviously it has been weaponized, and like anything, it can be taken too far, and people use it for real, like they're bullying with it or some shit. I get it, but there are probably so many instances that I could look up, you could look up, where somebody was doing some shit and they start being filmed and they start acting right. I could see how, as a society, going through that airport that we were talking about earlier, that we would start being okay with, yeah, go through my last 24 hours, go through my last week. I got nothing to hide. Yeah, see all my posts, all the different things I put. And like I said, the posts are more frequent in this thought experiment, prediction, whatever you want to call it. The posts are constant. It's not even to necessarily get likes, I think. I'm really trying to think through this, like out loud. Think through this fucking thing. If you're just posting constantly, and everybody's posting constantly, I don't know that how much of your shit is actually being consumed. Is it for consumption? Maybe not. Maybe social media becomes less social and less media. We have that, but it's separate. This is something different. This is basically you taking snapshots of everything. It's like your fingerprint. It's like your social security number, your background check. It's everything. Yeah, show me all your work history in the past month. Imagine doing an interview. Just show me the past. What you been doing the past year? Everything. Just pull it all up. Well, shit. How many people have lied into jobs? How many people have stretched the truth a little bit? Have you ever been fired? No, never been fired. Never been fired before. Oh well. How about you go ahead and pull up the past 6 months? I want to see. Just speed run through all that. No more would you in these interviews would you have to say, tell me about a time where you overcame a difficult I don't know, whatever the fuck they be saying in these interviews, where it's like when you overcame some sort of circumstance and you made your bosses proud or some shit. Some weird when they have these weird off the wall questions where it's like, bro, are you serious? Like, well, let me check my journal. Let me see exactly when this happened. Shut up. You tell me when you had a moment like that. But those questions are gone. I mean, I guess they're still there. It's show me instead of tell me. Oh, well, show me about a time when this happened. And you could just pop it up. Oh, you don't have any moments? No, it's not a bad tick, but it is a tick. So let's just carry on. Can you tell me about a time when you de-escalated a situation with one of your coworkers? Never de-escalated. It's not looking good for you. Privacy, secrets. Why wouldn't you though? And again, it's like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? That's going to be the question. You continue to push this timeline out further and further. That's going to be the question. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I? As a company, it's well within my rights to make sure that I'm hiring somebody that is an outstanding citizen and does the right thing and has perfect experience with what I'm trying to have them do. When they come into the airport, I have to make sure that this isn't a terrorist. I have to make sure that they don't have some sort of shampoo bomb or something. I gotta make sure. Why not? Why wouldn't we? It's for the safety of all of us. Anybody that's against this, they must be a criminal. A criminal. I'm talking about privacy. No, it's the freedom of press. And now we put a camera and a microphone in everybody. This game is just beginning. That's my prediction. This game is far from over. In fact, I think they're gonna throw away the fucking playing board or whatever, and they're gonna make a whole new one up on their own. And any instructions that it has in this game, they're gonna fucking make them up as it goes along. Whatever can be most easily digested, whatever can be most easily spoon fed to the public. It makes me nervous, excited about the tech and all that, but this one makes me nervous because again, it's allegedly. They did not say the whole "I admit it, I'm guilty" thing. They just said, "I will do this settlement. I'm gonna pay you to just fuck off." So, but for so long, this has just been a conspiracy. This has just been something that I swear it feels like, and you just get gaslit and gaslit and gaslit. How much gaslighting is done? I mean, you see it with everything coming undone between politics. COVID happened. You have independent media has made it harder and harder for them, whoever them is, right? And I think it's multiple thems. I don't think it's one team. Again, I think it's just a game, multiple opponents, and we we are the billions of pawns in that game. So whoever they is, they have a vested interest in keeping us controlled. And yes, we've made it harder through independent media and all of that stuff. We've become more informed and everything. But, you know, they also didn't have it where they could just listen to everything that you said. Before telephones, think about all these, the more technology that happens, the more control that they have in different ways. So, yes, we have been able to fight back. We've been able to actually wake up, quote unquote, to a lot of the bullshit that has been spewing from whoever they is down to us. And I hate to say it, but they're gonna keep being crafty. They're gonna keep finding ways to make it convenient to give them more control. I think it's I think it's inevitable. It's something that no matter how many people put the warning bells and try and tell people about what's happening, it's not going to matter. Again, for so many of us, even when you become somewhat aware, because I don't think anybody's fully aware of all the fuckery that's going on. But even if you become somewhat aware, you're still just like, well, I do choose convenience. Like, I mean, you could choose to live off the grid. Literally just go out into the wilderness and learn how to do everything. You know what I mean? You harvest fucking fruits and vegetables, and you know how to kill wild game and skin it and fucking cook it, and I don't know how to do that shit. I would be fucked. Put me in the fucking Naked and Afraid show or whatever where they just drop you in the fucking wilderness. I would be fucked. I don't know what I can't eat. I don't know. And then when I start getting hungry, that's just gonna start looking good. I would be fucked. But you can choose an inconvenient life. You can choose to just go out and do it all yourself. Electricity, you don't have to be on the grid. Literally, get off of the electric grid. You don't need electricity. You can choose not to, you don't need to worry about money. You don't have to worry about paying taxes and being a part of any sort of system. You don't have to worry about paying like a water bill. You can go well that. You can go find fresh water. You can collect it, whatever. Figure it out. You can do it all yourself. We could all do that shit. How many people do that shit? And then when people do, and most of the time they got a camera person following them just because that shit's so crazy. And people want to see it like, wow, look at that. This motherfucker just does everything. Couldn't be me. In the same way that we look at people that run hundreds of miles. What? Straight? They did what? How? Couldn't be me. We like to look at things that couldn't be us. And we choose. I choose. Fuck it, I choose a convenient life. I know how to get electricity. I don't know how to do that. Fucking Wi-Fi. I like Wi-Fi. I like the internet. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't really do social media, Instagram, TikTok, and all that shit. That's one of those things that somehow I've avoided. I used to be more into it years ago, but I literally, like, I'll post and I'll get off. But YouTube, Spotify with some podcasts, I don't know, man. I could watch some YouTube videos and not the shorts. That's kind of like the same thing. And that's not like I never watch them. I do watch some, but for the most part. But I like that shit. I would hate to be without it. When the fucking hurricane hit in, what was it, like 2024, when there was like no electricity and no Wi-Fi for like, it was like 9, 10 days or some shit like that. It was wild. It was ridiculous. I realized that I could do the Wi-Fi for an extended period of time. I like that shit. But it's one of those things you kind of get used to where, the Wi-Fi might go out. Like you have ways, I don't know, at least I have ways to entertain myself that don't require the internet, which is good. But power, you take away a nigga's power, I start getting a little bit like, what the fuck? I realize that a nigga likes power. I like power. Like the power goes out, that shit comes. Yeah, the power went out. Came back a couple hours later. Days, nigga, days. I was beside myself. I didn't know what the fuck to do. And obviously I lived, right? We could do it. We could go off the grid. But do we want to? Do we? So yeah, when augmented reality becomes a thing, and I think it will we want to not have that? And you know what? Let's say there's some people that, we're around right now, and by the time that thing becomes a fully integrated, where it's like normal, like how smartphones are integrated into society today, let's just fast forward and pretend that's how it's been integrated with augmented reality. By the time that comes, the people that are around right now, there might be some of us that are like, nah, fuck that. I don't do it. Mm-mm. Just show me the thing on my phone, man, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, show me the way where I don't have to put that fucking technology in my eye, and I'm sitting here I'm looking at everything with your fucking screens all the fucking time. No, I'm not doing it. There's gonna be some people like that, but they're gonna die. They're gonna be typically the older ones. It's typically the older people now that are just like, no, I don't do any of the internet, or I don't do phones or anything. Like, the ones that are so set in their ways and I'm not changing for nothing, they eventually die. And they are always, at least historically, they're always the minority. Always. When electricity first came out, people thought it was demons in there, that there were literal demons in the electricity. And here we are. Everybody's got electricity in their home, and nobody's talking about demons. So Give it enough time. And the idea of somebody even existing with the thought of being against what everybody does is going to be crazy. Like, what? There's people that didn't want electricity. That's crazy. They thought, what? Demons? Wild. Well, it wasn't so wild back then. It wasn't such a crazy thing to say then, but even if it starts off as the majority and the majority is scared and the majority is apprehensive about this new technology, there's going to be the minority in the beginning, the early adapters that say, hold on, I'll try it. You say, you see, I'll be able to see shit? Fuck it. Hook me up. Give me that electricity. And then they start talking because, I mean, again, historically, we've been using technology to better society for the most part. So when they start talking and they start saying, well, actually, it's really cool. I'm able to do a lot more reading. I can read my Bible now after dark. Get closer to Jesus. Well, then surely it can't be demons. It can't be demons. It helps you get closer to Jesus. Are you sure? Yeah, I read. And my eyes don't start hurting like they do when I'm by the fire. And my lungs feel better without constant smoke inhalation from having a fire lit in our fucking house. um, yeah, it's pretty convenient. I like it. Well, shit, it can't be it can't be demons. I'll get closer to Jesus too, and I'll get the electricity. And then Betty Sue gets it. Well then Susie Bop down the street's gonna get it too. I don't know where these fucking names are coming from, but even the minority that starts out as the early adapters, they quickly become the majority if it's truly something that brings convenience into the world, that makes life easier. Because what did I say earlier? Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we do that? I think I think that this won't be the last settlement or lawsuit against a company for maybe not even listening. What if it's more? What if it's, well, now we're hacking into the camera, not hacking in. I'm sorry. You agreed to the terms of agreement. This is actually our right to watch you take shits, and we hacked into your fucking front facing camera. You know? Law enforcement already uses your phone to see where you were and how long you were somewhere, and you know what I mean? How fast you were going. It's pretty crazy. And I think I even heard something where there's these automated driving cars that can somehow when detect when you're like intoxicated, when you're drunk. And they can, damn, definitely fact check me on this because I can't even like finish it. It was something with this shit though, where it can like not work, choose not to work, or it like notifies maybe like it was some shit like that. And either way, I think that shit's just the beginning. All of it, all of it. And we're going to choose safety, and we're going to choose convenience, and we're going to lose privacy, and we're going to lose true connection. What little of it that we have left, um, everything is going to everything is going to just turn into a product. It's not just you, we became products. When social media came out, well, people were now products. Before, yes, you could become an A-list, B-list, even C-list celebrity, and you are kind of like a product. You're a brand. But for the most part, that, well, that's the few. That's a pipe dream. That's a one in a million shot. Why would you take that chance? unless you just know somebody in the business. What do you mean? How many people went homeless, starving, without for way too long because they moved to Hollywood trying to become an actor? Well, that all went away when we became products. And we became products when social media came out and said, show us your life. Don't just show your family. Don't just show your friends. Start widening your net, because at first that's how it was. It's just your family and friends. Of course you're going to show them, but don't you want to make more friends? Connection. We're starting to lose connection. Let's do it even more. Your posts, your videos, if you choose to make them public, they reach new people. New people? New people. And your profile and stuff, it'll even get recommended to people that are near you, that have similar friends. It's pretty crazy, but we might make you a lot more popular. You are gonna have a whole bunch of fucking friends. You're welcome. You're welcome. This continued to play out, obviously. We continue to feed into this narrative, and we continue to put our life on display, and we became the products for people. We started hoping that some sort of funny moment, and you had shows like America's Funniest Home Videos that already wanted to get people to send in these home videos, and it's such harmless fun for whenever you slip, or damn it, Johnny just hit dad in the nuts with a baseball bat. Silly little Johnny, send it in and you could be on America's Funniest Home Videos. This was always and already a thing. Not always. It was already a thing, right? So when we're able to do that every single day, we now have a camera right here. We don't have to worry about being on national television and shit. If you do this right, you can be on global television. I mean, you could put it on your television, but global phones. Globally be on people's phones. You'll be globally known for a second. Just a little second. And it'll give you just enough of a dopamine rush to be like, oh, I gotta come back. I have to come back. I gotta do this again. I beat my record. I got more likes than I've ever gotten. And it felt good. It felt really good. So it started with our friends and our family. It moved on to showing our shit to random people, and you actually somehow hoping that you can get random people to follow you and to like your shit. That's actually the goal now. Fuck friends, fuck family. I mean, if they want to come, they can come, but they're all haters anyways. From my hometown, I gotta get my new people. I gotta get my followers up. I gotta bring them to my profile. And what am I gonna do? Well, you get different people, you get different answers. You get different types of stupid. You get different types of talent. You get different types of people. And damn, you gave us the opportunity, us as human beings, and boy, did we deliver. Did we give you everything that we got? All the funniest home videos where people have fails and they fall and they have challenges and they have what their breakfast is in the morning, and I just got Starbucks, and you have the newest song and check me out on SoundCloud, bro, and you got everybody. I'm a photographer. Everybody is just I gotta get my little bit. Gotta get it. And we all became products. We became products that were also, this is the crazy part, we're products that were also customers. Because the products, which is all of the different content, is also the bait for other customers, the advertisers. They get to come in and put their content, just like how you're putting your content. Well, they'll pay to make sure people see it. And then on the back end, obviously, they're trying to sell something, get that money back. But that's where they come in. And when it's presented to you, whether it's presented to you or the people that watch your shit, well, then they buy shit. And now the same people that are products are also customers. And who are the customers of? Well, they're customers of my other products. And those products, well, they're customers of me. Me as the top line company that is. taking all of this content, whether it's ads from businesses or entrepreneurs or actual organic pieces of content that's going out to big creators, small creators, I wish I could get more followers type creators, all the different people that are just waiting on the shot. And they're just feeding the system more and more, giving more and more products to this never ending machine. And it only works if we all continue to work it. And what I say, why wouldn't we? We're going to continue to push this. We already are products now, as far as the people that are putting stuff out. And it's not just the ones that want to be a creator. Everybody that, Susan just took her first steps. Everybody needs to see it now. This will get the likes. I I fear it's only going to get worse. We're only going to become more and more productized. It starts with this. It didn't start with this. Obviously, we brought this way, way back to where this wasn't even a thing. But slowly but surely, that boiling damn frog just thought he was in a jacuzzi, just thought he was chilling. I think the next thing that'll be productized, more than it is already, allegedly, is the things that we say, the things that we see. I mean, down to if you have augmented reality and you're walking down the street and you see somebody with a shirt that you like and you double take, it's like, wow, pops up, there it is. Here's an advertisement for the exact thing that you would like. Because we're able to have some sort of recognition. We were able, because you double taked on it and you stayed on that shirt for 0.5 seconds longer than you normally do, we actually were able to tell that you were interested in it. You're welcome. Here you go. That's another product. What you look at. You say anything about anything, there you go. That's another product. Not the product that you're going to be served. No, the product is what you say. And the way I sell that is to the advertisers. And I can say, I know exactly what they're saying. I know exactly what they see. You want to advertise with me, bro? I'm locked in. I know exactly what they fucking need. They can't even look at that shit for half a second longer without, boom, right there. I'm gonna give it to them. So, do we have a deal? You gonna give all your money to us and make it back? Because now the things that were products, the things that you say, the things that you see, attached to you, who has become a customer now to my other products. It's the same game, just expanded. Maybe this is just going to stay in the allegedly field. Maybe this is never going to be something that you can prove. Maybe it's not something that's even happening. Maybe I'm just talking bullshit right now. Maybe this is just the fucking beginning. Maybe there ain't a goddamn thing we could do about it.